Hello there guys, it's your boy Bluecown here, back again on a video, and today I'm going to do what if deku was the reincarnation of KURAMA. Hope you guys will enjoy it. So even though I haven't watched Boruto, for good reasons, we all know how KURAMA died. Just like Sasuke Chakra Reserve, he was completely erased. So I decide, hey, let's give our favorite grumpy nine-tailed fox another chance. But it will be a bit different. You just need to watch and see to know what I mean. So for now, all of us know the drill. Izuku was born, he befriended Bakugo. After 5 years, he went to do the quirk test and he found out that he's quirkless. And his life turned upside down really quick. Bakugo started bullying him and calling him names, hurting him, etc. But in this continuity, Izuku felt a bit familiar to this treatment, being ostracized and hated for something that he doesn't have control over. Heck, unlike Canon, when he was told that he was quirkless, he didn't cry as much. He just accepted it. So time went on and bullying did not stop. And Izuku got used to this treatment. Heck, even when the teachers turned a blind eye to the bullying, he accepted it and somehow anticipated it. He asked why, but he just shrugged it off. But recently, at the age of 8, he started having some dreams. At first they were too foggy and not recognizable, but slowly they started turning more vivid. First with an older man with white skin holding a black staff. Then a bunch of little monsters, but he can feel some type of connection with them. A connection that he never felt before. And this continued for a while, for a couple of years actually. And during these dreams, he experienced a bunch of emotions. From sadness to freedom to anger, rage, especially toward a black man with red eyes. Then a feeling too familiar to him, even now. Ostracized, captured, hated, and with each passing day, these feelings grew. And with them, Izuku started changing a bit, from the somewhat crybaby that he was, to a more cold person. And people quickly catch on that. And each time they try and laugh at him, he just gives him stink eye. And for most time, that worked. Even though he's quirkless, deep down they have a feeling he's telling them to not mess with him. And this was not unnoticed by Bakugo, showing his superiority to him. And for Izuku, he knows that he's not strong enough physically to go against him, especially with his quirk. So he starts training, and slowly but surely, he starts getting stronger and more cunning. He still wants to become a hero. They can do whatever they want to him. He will become one. But Bakugo's attitude, it's making him sick. Sure, he have a good quirk, but his attentions are just dark. And that is giving him the same feeling that he got from that black man from his dream. And he just wants to hurt him, making him pay in any way. So then he got an idea. Each time he got bullied or the teachers do nothing about it, he recorded it. He knows that no one will listen to him, at least now, especially since he's just a quirkless kid. But he knows he will get his chance. He doesn't know when, but he will. Bakugo needs to be pushed down from his high horse, and he will enjoy doing this. So we fast forward a few years. 2 years before UA, and at this point of time, Izuku had enough. The constant bullying from Bakugo and the teachers do nothing about it, and everyone else either they join him or they are too afraid to stop him. Izuku is close to breaking, and one day, Bakugo pushed him over the edge. One day Bakugo started going through his rant about him becoming #1 hero and whatnot. Then he switched his attention to Izuku, because he loved doing this. Izuku on the other hand just wanted to go home and be done with this. So he stand up and start walking away. Bakugo yelled at him and tell him where is he going. Izuku gave him the cold shoulder. And that really pissed off Bakugo. He launched at him and hit him with an explosion. Not enough to hurt him too much, but enough to push him to the ground. Everyone started laughing, but for Izuku, this was the last straw. The dreams and the messages that come with them. The constant bullying and belittlement that constantly give him bad deja vus. And lastly, Bakugo, especially his red eyes. And something just clicked inside Bakugo's mind. He quickly put the pieces together and started remembering his life as KURAMA, and he understands how to use his power or chakra once again. In the outside, Bakugo left Izuku by the collar of the shirt and started taunting him. Izuku on the other hand did nothing. He grabbed Bakugo's wrist and started putting more pressure and more, until Bakugo is on his knees and he yelled at Izuku to let go of him. Everyone are speechless. Then Izuku looked at the teacher. So you're gone standing there doing nothing? And he glared at him, and he immediately saw the changes. His eyes turned to slits. and 3 small whiskers start appearing in both sides of his cheek, and his nails grow slightly longer. No one noticed except for Bakugo because the nails are digging into his hand. And the moment the teacher saw blood, he tried to tell Izuku to stop, but once again he stared at him. So now you decide to intervene. For years you did nothing. So be a good teacher and keep doing nothing, or else. And he gave them a smirk that showed his canine-like teeth. So everyone here, make sure to listen because I'm going to say this once. For years, either you joined him or did nothing. And trust me, I will get you back for this. And for whoever think of trying anything from this point on, well, they looked at Bakugo. He gave him a smirk and that sound shivered down his spine. Then Izuku punched him as hard as he can, knocking him out. And from the force of the impact, the floor beneath them cracked a bit. Now the people that bullied Izuku and the teachers are terrified. Even the one that did nothing, but they feel bad because Izuku was just a normal kid. They even saw him helping anyone that he can. But because of their fears and doing nothing, he changed to this ruthless person. And for Izuku, he gave them one last smirk. And I hope I don't need to do this again. And everyone swore for a second his eyes turned red. And without waiting for an answer, Deku packed his stuff and left. In his way, he started going through his memories, or his previous life's memories. Should the Brilliant Mode cost him most of his power? And because of it, he asked another question. Is he Izuku Midoriya or Kurama? But he found the answer pretty quickly. He's both. He is Izuku Midoriya, the kid that loves heroes and want to become one, and Kurama that spends most of his time sleeping. So there will be no identity crisis in this what if. Thank God. So in his walk back home, he quickly noticed the changes in his body and what it mean. Maybe he will slowly transform to have 9 tails, or he just will be his permanent form. Either way, he's fine with it, and he started coming up with plans to train. He only have 2 years before UA. Usually 2 years will not give you that much of power increase, but because he still have a special jutsu that he know that will increase his gains from his training pretty rapidly. But first he need to get control over his chakra first. It was a little bit harder than he expected because he was made out of it in the first time, but he managed to reach it. And to his surprise or delight, or both, his chakra was orange, almost red, and immediately he started seeing the changes. 6 whisker marks start appearing on his face. They're only small lines, but he can feel that they will grow with time. On top of that, his hair took a slight orange tint to it. Of course, his mom did saw the changes, and she thought maybe he finally unlocked his quirk, and she suggests that they go see the doctor. But Izuku immediately shut it down, because 1, people that unlock his quirk at his age are very, very rare. Plus, from the X-ray, he shouldn't have a quirk. And since he still have his pinky, I'm 99% sure that they will turn me into their little rat project to see why I have a quirk. And I don't know about you, Mom, but I really don't want to be stuck inside the hospital or whatever they want for an extended period of time. His mom can see his point of view and she understands. But she's still asking how he can control his quirk and what he can do. Izuku gave her a grin that somehow resembled a fox, and this shocked his mom. Don't worry, I will just have to test and see what I can do. So far I can see that I have super strength. She nods and let him do his own thing, after making him promise to be safe. After this, there is a 1-year time skip. During this time, he used the clones to their fullest abilities. At first he was only able to make 10 or 20, but slowly over time, the numbers started increasing. For him, it was hell. The memory backlash from the clones, at first it was not much, but after getting close to 100 and suppressing it, it started getting annoying. But hey, like they say, no pain, no gain. So time went on and a year has passed. During this time, Izuku changed quite a bit. His normal ears were replaced with fox ears, and he gained 9 tails. And his eyes changed from green to red, with a hint of yellow in them, almost like gold. But of course he was able to hide them, using the transformation jutsu, so only his mom knew about the changes. So of course he's still thinking of a way on how to get back at Bakugo and make sure that he doesn't go to UA. And he get the idea after seeing the sport festival, and there was not a class 1A. He did some digging and found out the reason. He grinned, erased her head. I think you and I will go swimmingly. So with his plans already in motion, he went on as normal, until one day he took a shortcut and he was attacked by the sludge villain. He quickly defeated him using a wind jutsu and made him a smear on the wall, and he's knocked out. He was thinking on what to do next until All Might show up. Izuku, still the fanboy he is, even though he's a bit of Kurama inside of him, asks All Might for an autograph. After he get it and he explained the situation to All Might, he was quite impressed. And he reassured him that it was self-defense, so he will not be in any trouble for using his quirk. Then All Might collects the villain and jumps away. But then it hit Izuku. He quickly follow him and call out for him. All Might was surprised that this kid is able to follow him. They quickly descend on the roof and ask him if he needs something. Then he felt something snap inside of him and he reverted back to his skinny form. Izuku was taken aback. All Might was going to explain, but Izuku beat him to it, asking him if he or his quirk allow him to change forms. All Might sighed and explained his injury, but to his surprise he found out that Izuku knew about his fight. Then Izuku smirked. Well, I guess the two of us have the ability to change forms, huh? All Might gave him a puzzled look and Deku showed him his real form. All Might was taken aback, but he quickly composed himself. So what do you need, kid? He asked him. Instantly Izuku got serious and asked him if someone bullied, threatened, hurt, and encouraged self-harm upon other kids deserved to be a hero. All Might took a few seconds to compose himself and gather his thoughts, but he quickly gets serious and tell him no. Not only a future hero should not do that, but if the media found out the self-harm and the threat and the physical harm, it will make them question everything that hero stood for if they allowed someone like that to become a hero. Izuku nod. Good. So All Might, I need your help. Fast forward a bit and Izuku is with All Might and his officer friend. He quickly explained the situation and he gave them the flash drive that contained everything. And before he asked, I didn't go to the police before because I know that the school would take his side. I'm pretty sure that everything that he did and you will see in these pictures and videos will not be mentioned in his school record at all. Because he's their golden child. The adults understand and they start watching. Sure, it was not something inhuman, but it is very concerning, especially after he told them that this is only 1 year. After that they questioned Izuku for a bit, and after they were done, Izuku asked them, what will they do now? They explained it will take some time, but they will do their thing. Izuku understand, but you have only 1 year. Why, they ask. Because I am joining UA next year, and same for that bastard, and I don't want him to get in. Right now, he's just like a loose cannon. He doesn't know how to aim or to shoot properly, because is this how he acts without experience and how much he hurts people? I don't want to see him getting any more experience to learn how to hurt or truly hurt someone more than he did already. I see. It's harsh, but I can see why you did it. Or you will do it. So you just give it to Nizu. Nizu? No. Izuku intervened. They give him a puzzled look. And Izuku smirked, and that sent a shiver down their spine. I'm going to give it to Eraserhead. Why? He's just a teacher, if last time I heard. He is, but I'm pretty sure he's the reason there is no Class 1A in this year, right? Then he looked at the detective. The detective sighed and told him how does he know. UA did do a good job of trying to hide it, but an entire class getting expelled will not go unnoticed. So I spent some time researching here and there, and here we are. All Might get serious a bit. So all of this just for revenge? And Izuku instantly frowned. No. Trust me, if I want a revenge, I can break his bones in so many ways that even recovery gear cannot fix him. Or just destroy his arms beyond fixing. And trust me, I had those thoughts for the past year ever since my quirk manifest. All Might raised his hand. Wait a second. Manifest? You mean? Yes, I'm a late bloomer. So life was not kind to me, especially because of him. And the fact we know each other from childhood make it even worse. The adults sigh, and they know what Izuku said was the truth, because the detective have his quirk and All Might saw that Izuku was able to keep up with him when he was jumping. So they let him go, and they assure him that they will do the right thing. Izuku nod, but he reminds them that they have only 1 year, or 10 months to be precise, so make it count. After that the Izuku left and time went on. Summer vacation came around, Izuku kept on with his training, and now they have to go back to school for last semester. But one day, Izuku's mom got a phone call to come to the school, and when they arrive, she and Izuku, they found out that there's a lot of parents here. Almost like all the students have their parents with them. Izuku narrowed his eyes. Don't tell me, he thought. And he was proven right after a select few students were called. And after a bit, they were escorted out of the school, with their parents yelling at them. Izuku suppressed a chuckle, but when he saw Bakugo, he could not help but grin. Fast forward a bit, and Bakugo and his parents are having a talk with All Might about his behavior. At first, Bakugo thought that he's here to recruit him or something, but that quickly changed when he saw the disappointed look on All Might's face. And after explaining the situation to his parents, they were horrified. At first they were in denial, sure, he's loud and prideful, but this is too much. But All Might confirmed that this is the truth. They have the evidence, and they have a person that have a lie detecting quirk. So the person that gave them the evidence was saying the truth. Bakugo's parents stood quiet for a bit, then All Might looked at Bakugo. Bakugo is in a rage. Who told them, he started thinking. But when he locked eyes with All Might spoke up. I'm disappointed in you, young Bakugo. And this broke Bakugo, hearing these words from his idol no less. So his parents asked what will happen. So he will be expelled or what? In most cases, for most of the students, they will be expelled. So they have to repeat the year. But your son's case is a bit more complex. If it was just bullying, he will have the same punishment, but he took it a step further. Physical harm, emotional harm, threatening, and the list goes on. And by the way, do you know a kid named Izuku Midoriya? They nod. He's been with Bakugo since childhood. Why? All Might frown even more, somehow. So he tell him what he did to him. Especially, and I quote, take a swine dive off the roof and hope for a quirk in your next life. And they did it, and Mitsuki punched Bakugo square in the face. Why? She started asking him. And for Bakugo, he did the smart choice and kept his mouth shut. All Might scoffs to get their attention. So your son will be expelled, and the chances of him becoming a hero are close to none. Because if the people found out about his past, not only they start questioning the school that let him enter, but they start questioning what the hero stood for. So have a nice day and good luck. And he quickly dismissed them. On the way out, they met Izuku and his mom. Mitsuki started looking down and approached them. But before she can speak, he stopped her. You don't need to apologize for anything, Auntie Mitsuki. He's old enough to know what he's doing. And the consequences are on his shoulders, not you. So your relationship with my family are still intact. But him? He just makes sure to stay away from me, because next time I will do more than just knock him out. She understood and left. His mom asked him what's going on. You will understand when it's our turn. Soon it was their turn. When they entered and they explained the situation to her, she started crying and apologizing for Izuku not being there for him. Izuku hugged her and assured her that she did nothing wrong. It was his decision to not tell her what's going on. You had enough on your plate being a single mom for a quirkless kid or ex-quirkless kid. I will not put more in your plate. Soon after that they were done, but not before Izuku looking at All Might and smirking. You're cut it close, only a few months left. All Might laughed nervously. Yeah, the paperwork is a bit of a hassle. And Izuku got a flashback of a certain blonde haired man saying the same thing. And because All Might have also blonde hair and blue eyes, Izuku smirked, turning to a soft smile, and he thanked him. Fast forward a few months. I know. There's a lot of skipping, because there's literally nothing to cover. So it's the day of the entrance exam. Izuku is going to UA, but for some reason, he can feel someone looking at him and he can feel malice from him. He looked around him, but he found no one suspicious. So they stand in the hall, with President Mike going in an explanation, Ida cutting him off, just like canon. And now he's in front of the gate. He's stretching, then the gate opened and he rushed inside. And because of his speed, he's quickly ahead of everyone else. The closest one is Ida. So after a bit he racked up quite a bit of points, from both villain points and hero points, unbeknownst to him. Then the 0-point robot was unleashed. While everyone is running, so this is how it look on the other side, Izuku commented. Because he have the memories of KURAMA and because of his size, he always looked down on people. And now it's the opposite with 0-point robot. He was going to get other robots until he heard a call for help. Of course, it's Uraka. He quickly ran toward her and quickly formed a giant racing gun and he thrust it at 0-point robot, destroying his wheel, making him lose his balance and fall on his back. And Izuku quickly lifts Uraka and jumps away. Then President Mike called the time is up. Uraka, while blushing a bit thinking for saving her, Izuku gave her a grin and told her to not worry about it. After this, a week has passed and he was given the letter. He opened it and All Might, or a video of All Might, pop up. He explained that he got the first place in entrance exam, and he explained about the point system in both heroes and villains points, and he ended it with welcoming him to UA. Izuku grinned, and he's happy. Then a thought crossed him. So this is the feeling that he felt when he passed the tuning exam, huh? Izuku chuckled a bit, in both happiness and excitement, because he cannot wait to see what the future has for him. But not every road is smooth, and there will be always bumps from the future and the past. And this is where the video ends. Thank you for watching, hope you enjoy it, and if you do, drop a like. And now to explain why I haven't uploaded for like 10 months. To be honest, I was only expecting to have a 2-month vacation of sort. But right after that, some renovations happened in the house, so I was busy for like a month and a half. And by that point, I got used to do nothing. Like, I got used to just sitting around and doing nothing. Each time I try to get up and record, I just lose the motivation. Heck, I have a couple of videos already planned. This one included, I had like 5 minutes of it already. So that's it. No big injury or something like that. I just got tired or something like that. Anyway, hopefully I'm back this time. And see you guys next What If. Peace.